Can you guys believe that the Chevrolet Suburban is turning 90 years old in 2025? Well, that's hard for me to believe. Here, I do not have 90 years of Suburban, but I do have 35 years. This is a 1990 Chevy Suburban, and right next to it is a 2025 newly refreshed Chevy Tahoe. And here's a little video. I thought this would be really fun to show you guys, and just for me to also explore at least 35 years of Chevy full-size truck-based SUVs, and to see how far they've come. I love this one. This one is from the Chevrolet Heritage Collection. So Zach, come in here with me, and we can show you both and just kind of show you guys a little bit of the contrast between the two. This is pretty special. Just check out this interior. It's red, but it's still huge. I think this is the beauty of the American full-size truck-based SUV. I got a big steering wheel. It's a little bit maybe cockeyed. I mean, this is kind of the history of Chevy trucks, because just the way that the steering column used to position itself. But look at this. Column shift transmission right here. And with overdrive and little wood trim, and the theme kind of continues all the way throughout this interior. There's a console on top with lights. Looks like an airplane console. I mean, this is not mine, so, and it's quite precious. It only has about 8,000 miles in 35 years. You can check it out, 8145. So this is kind of their precious collection vehicle from their Heritage Collection. Let me just jump in here in the second row. Hold on. Mostly flat seats. Check it out. Mostly flat seats and mostly flat floor. So this is luxury. My goodness, look at this. I got a ton of headroom. This feels like a house couch. It's so cushy. Just kind of like, just roll down the road. These captain chairs have, armrests. There's a center console, four-wheel drive, controls up front. Really, really cool truck. And this is really 55 years after the Suburban initially came on the scene in 1935. And now the Tahoe and the Suburban are in basically 12 and a half generations. So the 12th generation is out for 2025. They've refreshed it, upgraded it. Zach, let's take a look really here. Let me grab the camera. Here's the third row. Once again, lots of space. There's an ashtray in the third row. Hold on, let me open it. There's an ashtray in the third row. Now that is luxury. Also, look at the headliner. There's vents, HVAC system. And I think this is where the success of the Tahoe and the Suburban come from. It's actually continuous sales, continuously being on the market. People understand the brand name. They understand what the trucks are about. Let me show you the cargo area here. So this is quite unique. So this guy has a roll down glass. So Zach, jump in here with me. And still lots of space. Look at this. This is at least 2 or 3 feet of cargo space. The spare tire is actually inside the compartment there. And if this glass was rolled all the way up and it's a power glass, then it's really secure. I mean, it's really hard to get this opened, this tailgate opened. There's a handle on the inside, and it opens like a truck this way. Sorry, I'm trying to be very, very careful with this. So really, it's got security features, comfort features, air conditioning in the ceiling. It's got space, room. I think the square body looks really, really gorgeous. Really, really great looking SUV. So if we kind of look at it from the side, but I don't know if you can tell, Zach, if you stand right here with me, that Tahoe is a short wheelbase, and it's almost the same length as the old Suburban. So vehicles have been getting bigger and bigger every single generation as customers' tastes have been changing throughout. Just look at this little pocket, really cool, really classic. Power locks here, power mirrors. I mean, it's really ultra special. Of course, a good old V8 under the hood. And yeah, classic GM and Chevrolet. And let's look, Zach, do you want to jump in the passenger seat of the new Tahoe? Basically, it's got the redesigned front end, but let's look on the inside. And let's take a look and see what they've done. Yeah, so quite different. Let me start the engine. Zach, jump in with me here. This is the latest technology. I mean, the number of computers in this truck versus computing power in that truck, it's really, basically just a basic vehicle versus like a space rocket that's in this truck. And this is the latest interior that they're introducing for 2025. You could see they've added different dashboard. This is a 17.7-inch diagonal screen here, 11-inch display in the center here for my gauge cluster. I have insane number of tech in this one. This Tahoe RST, it's an RST, and let me kind of zoom in for you. It still has a lot of buttons and knobs. This is a performance edition. So this does have their 6.2 liter V8 with performance intake and performance exhaust system, 433 horsepower, probably almost double the power that's in that Suburban from 1990. But you could see, look at this. I have captain chairs also in the second row. A third row is way out there. And of course, the cargo area is not as big as the older Suburban, but you could still get a brand new Suburban right now. And also for 2025, it's similarly redesigned as this Tahoe is. But it's kind of interesting to see where we've been. And also, look, column shift. Zach, right? It's not quite the same.
We're bringing the 80s back and 90s back at that.
It's not quite the same because this is a shift by wire. Basically, that means, you make a request, you pull it down for drive, and the computer actually shifts the transmission.
Not quite the same satisfaction of having a physical linkage there with the transmission.
No, it's not a ka-chunk.
Right.
No, it's digital, but still very, very familiar. And of course, you got that familiar V8 growl in this engine as you would with the older vehicle. So it's quite interesting. GM has kind of been, they know they're successful, right? They're class leaders. Chevy, Tahoe, and Suburban have about 37% of the market share for full-size SUVs, three-row SUVs. And when you add GMC and Cadillac, they dominate the market segment. They know this, and also they're not going to change their vehicles that much, right? If they're successful, why completely redo things if you don't have to, and if the customers are not requesting you to completely redesign your vehicles? You can just make them a little bit, more modern, more technology laden, more feature laden, more capability in these vehicles. Still quite a bit of payload, about 1,500 pounds in this Tahoe. And this Tahoe will tow about 8,000 pounds behind it. So yeah, let me know what you think. So this is just kind of a small, quick video because the main story is really the new Tahoe and Suburban, but I really wanted to kind of contrast and show what both of these vehicles look like next to each other. So thanks for joining me. Check out oldtfl.com. We're going to have full coverage of the new Tahoe, Suburban. There's quite a bit of news happening also with pricing. The pricing does come up, but Zach and I did a video on a base 2025 Suburban that has 9 seat belts in it. and that's very unique and also very, very capable. So check out some of those videos, and I'll see you next time right here and also at TFLtruck.com. But wait, there is more. I found this. This is also part of the Chevrolet Heritage Collection, and this is a 1946 Suburban Carryall. Yeah, this is quite a unique vehicle. So 46, this is just after World War II. And it's also in this red and black, I think amazing paint job. And you can kind of see the styling of it is gorgeous. But some of the specifications on this Suburban, I was going to call it a truck. It is a truck. It's got a frame underneath. Some of the specs are very interesting as well. Stylistically speaking, Zach, I thought this was quite, well, peculiar. The gas filler is actually just a little tube sticking out the side here. And the running boards are humongous. Look at this. It's like a foot wide. And the front end is beautiful as well. Look at that grille. Just the waterfall and the hood. So underneath this hood, and by the way, I'm not going to open everything, but I'll show you the inside. Under the hood is a pretty cool engine. It's a straight 6. The horsepower is lowish, 90 horsepower. But torque is tremendous, 192 pound-feet of torque. So it's really a true, almost like a big truck type of engine. And Zach, step inside. Be very careful. It's very gentle here. This is a 4-speed manual transmission with synchros. There's a brake, there's a starter, there's 3 pedals, so it's quite traditional. So there's a clutch, brake, and throttle, and nice seats. Steering wheel is really nice and big because really, no power steering. You got a center mirror there, and just look in the back. There's basically a wooden floor and 3 rows of seats. Rear windows, Zach, can you see there's little roll down handles on the side? Isn't that amazing? Look at the headliner. This truck is pretty much dressed up. I think maybe this is every option, almost every option that you could have had. But there's no rear doors. So there are front doors and there's rear cargo doors. But you would have to step through here. There's basically an alley. If this seat kind of folds out of the way, you can kind of step into the back. And this carryall, I mean, you could probably remove the seats, put some cargo in there, or carry lots and lots of people. So it's really amazing. The heritage here with Chevy Suburban is really, really deep. This one has at least listed 46,000 miles. That's funny, it's a 1946 with 46,000 miles. So this is not quite 1935, but it's super special. I can't believe how really nicely preserved this one is. It's really amazing.